Hey guys, it's Ryan with Momma on Mission. If you are new here, I am a Christ-following, book-loving wife and a homeschool mom to 3 boys. So stick around and subscribe if you haven't already. Here you will see all things homeschool, book, and gospel related. So today I'm going to share with you what we read in the month of June 2020. And this is our Book Recs and What's Next collaboration that I host with Ingrid over at the Ingrid Chronicles. And this was a very heavy month for fiction audiobooks for me. With school wrapping up this month, I just had a lot of projects I wanted to get done and some extra cleaning I wanted to do. So I just would put in my AirPods and let those books roll while I was attending to all the things. So hopefully next month I'll get more into the nonfiction side again, and I hope to. So for nonfiction this month, I did read 50 Children by Stephen Pressman. This was a book about a man and wife who went over to Germany in right before World War II, and they rescued 50 Jewish German children and brought them back to the United States to keep them from their demise. And this was a very encouraging book, a very eye-opening book, especially the end when they got to go through and tell you, where these children are now. Some are still living, some are not. But just knowing the impact that those two people had on them. And then the sad realization that as a country, and many other countries around the world, but as a country, America could have done better. We knew what was going on over there, and we just could have done more, and it's really sad. But the book itself was really good. I give it 4 stars. It was kind of slow at the beginning, but by the end, I was loving it. So I also have been poking around a little bit still in the Evangelicals by Frances Fitzgerald. I like this book. The content interests me. I'm just having a hard time really digging into it for some reason. So, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that I have a hard time just sitting down to read other than at night when I fall asleep. So if I could find this on audio, that would be great, but so far I haven't. And then for fiction, I am still really close to done with Orphan Train by Christina Baker Klein. So far, so good. I really like this book. It's about a young girl in the foster care system who meets up with an elderly lady, and they kind of share stories, and it's very interesting. Let's see. Then I read The Stranger in Our House by Sophie Draper. I give this a 3.5 stars. So this book was more of a psychological thriller. It was lots of secrets and family members being deceiving. A woman goes back to her childhood home after her stepmother passes away, and there are lots of bad memories in that home, and she's trying to just reconcile herself to the past. And it was just a pretty interesting book. And then I also read I Found You by Lisa Jewell. This one was more of a mystery by her. It wasn't super suspenseful or thriller type. It was more just mystery. It was about a man showing up on a beach, not remembering much about his life, and the main character kind of befriends him and tries to help him figure out his past. And then you also see this other lady who is missing her husband and is told that that man doesn't exist. And there's lots of flashbacks, of course, and it left me guessing pretty close to the end. Like, it was a pretty well thought out mystery. And then, and I gave that one 4 stars. I don't know if I said that, but then for just a change of pace, I was running out of, or I did run out of my Hoopla borrows. We don't have that many at our library. So I was on wait lists for several other books, and I just have to have an audiobook going at all times. So for a change of pace, I read the All Girls Filling Station's Last Reunion by Fannie Flagg, and I used to be a big Fannie Flagg fan. I, of course, read Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe, and then I read one other book of hers, and Fried Green Tomatoes is one of my favorite movies. I love that movie. And just in true Fannie fashion, this was a very fun, lighthearted comedy. Now this one was a little more mysterious. There was, it's about a middle-aged woman who finds out some secrets about her family, and just her dealing with the implications of that and how to handle that. And anyway, but of course there was lots and lots of comedy thrown in because it's Fannie Flagg, and it was hilarious. And then again, because I was running out of library loans, I was just looking for something that was available, and I found The Last Winter of Danny Lansing, and I'm probably a third of the way through that, so I'll let you know next month what I thought about that, but it's another mystery also. If you can't tell, there's a theme. But, so for my third, almost fourth grader, he started reading the Wings of Fire series by Tui T. Sutherland. And the first one, the Dragonette Prophecy, he gave 5 stars. He devoured this book. I was so amazed at how quickly he read this book. And unfortunately, I'd hoped not to still be sharing this, but alas, he is still working on the borrowers. Like, I don't know. Apparently, he said he doesn't hate it. He said he's giving it a 2, but I'm like, just come on and read it already. Just be done. But I don't know. Maybe I'm a mean mom for making him finish it. Whatever. And then he started the second book of the Wings of Fire series, and this is The Lost Heir, and he's getting close to finished with this one, and he is giving it 4.5 stars. He said he still loves it a lot, but the first one is still a little bit better. So, and then because reading 2 books at a time isn't hard enough, he is like his mother and decided to pick up a third book and is reading The Boxcar Children, The Robot Ransom right now too. So that's why he's not getting through the borrowers very fast, because he insists on reading 3 different books at the same time. Don't know where he gets that. And then for my first grader, I'm not going to go into detail on these, but he has been really into Mercy Watson. If you've been around for a while, you know that my oldest son was really into these for a while too. And he's even started picking up some Geronimo Stilton. And he picked up one of our old Amelia Bedelia books, and he's liking that. These are my favorite when I was in elementary school, early elementary school. So I'm glad he's liking those. For our read alouds for the month of June, we finished up On the Edge of the Dark Sea of Darkness, the first series of the Wingfeather, or the first book of the Wingfeather series, by Andrew Peterson. And I loved this book. My kids loved this book. When I first started, it was a little strange, but as we kept going, we were both, or all 3 of us were just really wrapped up in the story, and are definitely excited to continue on in this saga. And then we read The One and Only Ivan by Catherine Applegate. My son got this for Christmas, and he was going to do it as an independent read, and we decided to do it as a read aloud instead. Supposedly they're making a movie about this soon. I don't know with Corona how that's going, but we really, really love this book. They both said 5 stars for this one too, which I would give it a 4.5. It was pretty good. It was about Ivan, and he lives in a mall, and he does drawings and paintings, and they sell them, and then he comes up with a plan to help out this little baby elephant that he has befriended. I think this is Ruby. So it's a really heartwarming story. It's really good. And if you don't know, The Edge of the Dark Sea of Darkness, I forgot to mention, is about a family, 3 kids, and their mom and grandfather, and it's kind of a Lord of the Rings fantasy type feel. Lots of danger and adventure and humor. So really good series. Okay, and then after those 2, we have started, we're just a few chapters in to Judy Blume, Tales of a 4th Grade Nothing. And I believe this is actually my copy from when I was young. But we are really liking this. I, of course, have read it before. My other boys haven't, but they're getting a kick out of it. I thought it was a timely book because my oldest is going into 4th grade. And then Fudge here in this book is 2, and our little youngest is 2 also. So it's very fitting. The things that he gets into and does very much reflect our youngest child. And then I would like to share one picture book with you that we enjoyed this month. This month we enjoyed Old MacDonald Had a Truck by Steve Getz, illustrated by Ida Caban. And this, of course, is a play on the Old MacDonald song, but it has a lot of fun, like new lyrics with a fun rhyming scheme and all that. And of course my 2-year-old really got a kick out of this, but even the bigger boys got some chuckles out of that. So I don't have a podcast to share with you this month, but I would like to share with you what I'm kind of planning for next month. As you well know, I don't always stick to this plan. It's just, you know, if I get books in from the library that I've had on hold, then I'll go ahead and skip to those. But the plan for next month is to try to continue on in the evangelicals, hopefully find an audiobook somewhere of it. If not, I would like to start R.C. Sproul's The Last Days According to Jesus. Of course, it's about eschatology, and I would like to just dig into that a little bit more. And then I also plan on starting this book. This was given to me, or lent to me, by my aunt, and a memoir, Shattered Dreams, My Life as a Polygamist's Wife by Irene Spencer. So this is a lady who escaped Mormonism, and I'm just excited to read her story. And then I also want to read Homeschool Bravely. That's been on my list for a few months, and I like to always read a homeschool book during the summer to gear me back up for the next homeschool year. And I also have an Agatha Christie on hold, so we should be getting that soon. And then for read alouds, we're obviously going to finish up Judy Blume, Tale of the 4th Grade Nothing, but then we hope to read the next book in the Wingfeather saga, which I believe is North or Be Eaten, I believe. But we are really enjoying that series, and we do want to eventually get the one and only Bob also, which is the sequel to the one and only Ivan. And Bob was his little comical dog. So I thank you so much for watching. Please let me know down below what you're reading this month, or if you've read any of these and have loved them or hated them. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.